I have a very special visitor today. Hi, Mom.
Hi, John.
Today we're making one of my all-time favorite, her favorite too, favorite dishes. It's Greek spinach pie, also known as Spanakopita, and it is amazing. Really paper thin, flaky, buttery layers of phyllo dough on the top, on the side, and on the bottom. But in the middle, you have this light herbal, a lot of dill, green onions, feta, lemon. Then we have
lots of dill.
We mentioned lots of dill, some parsley, and spinach, of course. You're gonna love this. I definitely guarantee you're gonna love this. Let's get started. So to make this recipe, you could use like a mountain of fresh spinach, beautiful, delicious, fresh, organic spinach. But that's a lot of work because you have to cook it in batches. No one has a pan that's like this big.
I do.
Almost no one has a pan that's this big that will like give you like that much spinach at the end. So much water is in there. So we're gonna use frozen spinach, which I think is basically just as good.
Yes.
It's like 90% as good,
I
right?
agree.
The thing is that frozen spinach still has a lot of water in it. To get that water out, you could use a nut milk bag, which I have, but someone misplaced and I'm having a lot of feelings about it.
I didn't do it.
You could also, no, you didn't do it. You could also use a cheesecloth.
Yes.
You could use a sieve, like a sieve, like this.
Any tea towel,
A tea towel, or
paper towel.
we're gonna use some paper towels. So Mom, show us how to do this.
So we'll place it here.
So I'm gonna dump this out, and this recipe is calling for like 2.5 pounds of frozen spinach. You could use 2 pounds, you could use 3. It's kind of like it's an easy proportion, so you can move it around a bit. So you can see all that water's coming out of there, and you don't want your spinach pie to be soggy, right? So here we have the rest of our spinach. There's just one on camera for you. You can see all that's left are these nice, much drier solids.
And you don't want too much water because it will make your spinach pastry soggy. And this is ready. And we can chop our greens.
So I'm gonna dump this out and we'll chop it.
Just running the knife through, and this is done. Okay.
Okay, so now we're gonna transfer this back to our bowl to hang out for a while because we have some more chopping to do. Okay, so next we have our green onions or scallions. These are a favorite of mine. How much is this, do you think? It's a bunch, but...
It's over a bunch. It's almost 2 bunches.
Oh.
I think 2 bunches. Chop the ends a bit.
Okay. This is great. I'm just like basically hanging out and hovering over her. And my mom's doing all the work.
Yes. You want to do it?
I'm giving you moral support right now.
I like doing this. I mean, I don't mind the work because the end product is so delicious. It's vegetarian and I love it. Can you give me next the dill?
Smell that. Look at all this dill.
It's about a cup of fresh dill.
I mean, that's like a cup of brandy when I pour it.
It's such a wonderful mixture, and the flavors with the spinach and the scallions. I just love dill in any manner, but in this dish it goes really well. You can always prep it, chop it, and keep it in the freezer for another time, because if you get a lot of dill, you can prep it, freeze it, and it really, I have done that, by the way, so that I can always have it available.
Yeah, my mom has a very nice herb garden, so she grows all these things.
Yeah.
Has this bumper crop of sage. I love sage, and she doesn't like it.
I need to develop a taste for it.
Now we have fresh, I love flat leaf at parsley. I feel like it's a bit less waxy.
I have it,
and kind of, has a better flavor. It's like a nice kind of light, grassy flavor in a good way.
Oh, I love the flavor.
Oh, it smells so good. This was the one addition I asked for that she allowed, by the way.
I have, because I have done it before.
Right.
You can omit it or add it, and the flavor is always spectacular. Okay. We are done.
So I'm gonna transfer this all into the bowl of our greens, and now we're gonna go on to the eggs. So a lot of recipes are using eggs basically just as like a binding agent, but you have a special family edition.
Well, I find that if you beat the eggs, the egg whites before, and they get very, voluminous, and then you add the egg yolks. When you mix it with the greens mixtures, it makes like a souffle type of, it's more delicate.
Nice. So we're going to separate 6 eggs. The yolks we'll just mix in, but the egg whites we're going to fluff up with a whisk attachment. I'll use a standing mixer, but you could use a hand mixer too. And then we're going to kind of like almost fold that in, right?
We are going to, exactly. We are going to fold, we're going to beat the egg whites and add the yolks at the end.
Oh, okay. So we're ready to separate our eggs carefully. Because we're fluffing them up, we don't want to get any yolks in there. It's not like when you're making one of my white cakes. Okay, so my mom also uses her hands to separate egg yolks. Clean hands, very soft, they're not going to break that yolk.
And very organic, it just feels so earthy.
Okay, I'm going to help too.
If you have the eggs in room temperature, they will beat really fast.
Oh, these eggs are so fresh. You can feel because the egg whites are like very jelly-like. Okay, so we're gonna add this in here. I always begin on low.
Yes.
Get those egg whites broken up because they're like little sacks of gelatin almost, the albumin. So then gently increase the speed until you get to high, and we're just gonna fluff them up. Okay, so these are real fluffy. Look at this. No sugar in there, just fluffy egg whites. It's a soft peak, actually. I'm impressed. I'm impressed with this machine that did all the work. Thanks, machine. All right, so what's next?
Next, add the yolks.
Oh, this is very interesting.
Very quickly.
Okay, and then just mix it up. We've got our delicious and rich foamy eggs. No longer at the soft peak stage, but they're still nice and foamy. You can go away for a minute. We have our nice foamy eggs, but now it's time to do the base of the phyllo dough. You want some melted butter. Now, if you can clarify the butter too.
I do.
What's clarifying the butter?
Well, you boil it to eliminate the dairy solids.
So all these dairy solids on the bottom go away.
Eliminate it.
If you use European butter though,
they don't have it.
They don't have the milk solids.
Because it's more fat in it.
Yeah, you could just use European butter too. This is phyllo dough. It comes in a roll. It's in the freezer section. The main thing you have to remember is to defrost it at least overnight. So we're gonna lay it here, open it up, right? These are paper thin sheets of dough. So you can use a pastry brush. I'm using a giant artist's brush. And this one works really well though. It has really high quality bristles and it's actually a little bit bigger so it fans out. Good. So we're gonna brush the pan first of all, right? So we wanna have the butter's like glue. It's letting everything stick together and it's also gonna crisp the dough up to make it into a beautiful flaky pastry. Just get that all in there. So here's our first layer. So thin you could almost read through it. If they have little tears in it, it's not a big deal. Wait.
I find that it's better to do it this way.
Oh.
But you can manipulate your edges better.
Interesting, okay.
And you brush the butter really delicately. You don't want to...
Yeah, I was watching some other people make these and they were just pouring butter in there. You could also, for those of you who are more cholesterol conscious, could use olive oil to do this as well.
It is.
Okay, so now we're gonna put the next layer in.
Okay, may I? So I can just show?
Yeah, go ahead.
So you overlap it.
I see, it looks really
nice.
nice.
You can turn it around and do the same, so you can always get double folds all around.
My mom had a little baking class the other day and showed all of her friends how to make this dish. So she's like on point with everything today.
The best thing is to prep, and I found out that when you had friends over, it just was like the best thing ever. It was like we were talking and they were loving the
There was some wine open, I'm sure.
Yeah, but when you're busy, I didn't have time. I wish I could be an octopus.
Here's your next sheet, Dr. Cannell. So I laid my sheets as lengthwise, and I just moved them around a little bit so they all got covered, and it worked fine. And if you're wondering, you have to work fast with this because the phyllo dough does dry out, so you could just cover it with a paper towel or two if you need to take a break.
Yeah.
I've usually used like a slightly damp paper towel to cover my phyllo dough, but my mom said not to because it'll add too much moisture to the dough. So here's the deal. This is fastidious. You know, you're like layer, butter. But the prep work is actually super simple. So I know that when you make this dish, you often make 2 of them, right, at once?
Yes.
Because it's kind of like a little assembly line. And then what my mom does, which is genius, is she has one to bake for the day of, and then she has one little sneaky hostess one in the freezer that she keeps. So like at a moment's notice, she can put on like this amazing dinner with all these things she's made ahead of time.
Yeah, but this works really well in the freezer. So this is already like that, and it doesn't matter, just keep going.
Yeah, if you have a little tear, it's not a big deal at all. The only thing that needs to be like a little bit nicer is the very top layer. This is our last layer for the bottom, so while she's adding that in, I'm gonna fold the phyllo dough back up and just make sure it's totally covered so it doesn't get exposed to the air. Once it gets exposed to the air, it dries out in a snap and turns into like crumpled paper, just like falls apart.
And now we're ready to...
So what is it? So walk me through it. What's gonna happen next? We're gonna set this aside.
Yeah.
And we have our greens mixture.
I need the big bowl.
My big bowl.
I have big bowls.
We have,
Okay.
I have like 1.25 pounds of feta here.
Okay. So all the grains go in. Crumble the cheese. Okay, so we put the cheese. We're gonna put some lemon, please.
Yes, ma'am. So I want a whole lemon in here. No
Yes.
seeds, please. You could add more lemon. My brother and I are just addicted to lemon. We can put lemon in everything.
I am addicted to it as
When
well.
I grew up, she added like almost no salt to anything. It was just like lemon or vinegar for like that bite.
That's true. So a little
How much?
salt for
Like
them.
like that?
Yeah.
That's like 1/2 teaspoon.
Put a little more because we have the spinach that is not
Yeah.
salted, and then the greens are not
So I'm gonna mix this up a little bit just so it's not all going on the feta.
And then we're gonna do some pepper.
So you're basically salt and peppering it to taste.
I love black pepper.
I do too.
I can have tons of it.
Yeah. So now we have our beautiful fluffy folded egg mixture, and what's gonna go?
Yeah.
Just pour it in. So I'll do this all at once.
Yes. And you want to do it last minute because when you incorporate all the ingredients, the eggs become more watery. And if you do it last minute, it can be more like a souffle. So you can see that it was absorbed totally.
Yeah, that looks perfect. So now we're ready to add it back into our baking dish and just spread it around.
That's beautiful and cheesy.
Here, let
and
me help. Just move it around there, and we're gonna kind of spread it out so it's nice and even.
Here, let me smell it.
Okay. You could also add in like 1/2 cup of Parmesan cheese that's freshly grated.
No eyebrow raise in the eyebrow.
What else could you do?
You can put Gouda.
Oh, you could put some fresh oregano in there.
No.
Now we're back to our phyllo dough operation. The way she's doing it is very smart because she's controlling the edge. So it'll have like a nice kind of like slightly layered appearance at the very end. I did mine totally different. So
there are options. There are choices.
Yeah, there's a choice. So in mine, I folded the edge under almost like a pie crust, and it also looked nice as a rolled edge. So to make this, you have to keep warming the butter or keep your butter in a warming dish because as it cools, it becomes thicker and you're actually brushing on more.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so this is what I was gonna do. Right, so we're doing it my way for the top, which is leaving a lot of overlap that's coming off the edge. And then at the very end, we're gonna fold it under like a pie crust, which I think gives you a really nice, neat look.
Okay, so this is going well since I am thoughtful to do the edges.
Is this done or is there one more layer?
I'll just keep doing.
Just a couple more. You really want like a nice, very flaky, puffy experience on top. Okay, so now for the folding process. This is
Your cup of tea.
my little piece here. So we can actually just rip off this corner here. We don't need that much on the side, on the very corners. It's kind of like trimming the pie crust when you're about to fold the edges under. So then, see, like, look how fast that was.
It is pretty. Now,
And I think that looks nice. Like, I think that looks like a nice finish. This extra phyllo dough you can keep for later.
Or we can use it in a little bit. I'll make a little apple dessert.
Ooh. Okay, let's wrap that up, set it aside. And now my mom's trick is to score this, because if you cut into it after it's baked, very flaky, everything's gonna like fly away and shatter. But if you score it beforehand, it makes the whole, you know, serving process so much easier.
For serving, it's ready.
All right, so do you want to eyeball it? We need one here, here,
So you're gonna do.
and like, I would like squares.
So if you make the servings bigger, you have few people for dinner. If you have a lot of people, you can make them smaller.
So basically, this can be almost a main course dish.
You want 3 or 4?
3.
Okay, so you want bigger.
Yeah.
So when you do this, you do a seesaw motion and you go to the bottom.
Yeah, and have a very sharp knife.
And the thinner the knife.
Yeah, because you don't want to tear the phyllo dough, you want to cut into it. You could also use a utility knife. Okay, so this is done, and actually, I'm gonna keep this one in the freezer.
Yeah!
So I'm gonna have a special dinner for the next time we have guests over. If we do that, cover it super well. You don't want to have any air getting in there because you'll get freezer burn. And then you want to let it defrost, or you
pop it in the oven.
Pop in the oven frozen?
Yeah, 350,
for like
375.
90 minutes?
Yeah.
About 90 minutes. Okay.
About 60. Check it after 60 minutes.
Okay. Okay, so like this. Do you press the plastic in so it's touching, or do you?
It doesn't matter. It's gonna come. Wait.
This is the first time on my channel that we're just like wrapping something up into the freezer, but we can do a little swap out. So we'll set that aside, and I'll be right back. And look what we have here. Oh my gosh, this beautiful phyllo dough Spanakopita pie. Okay. This got tucked under here, and you can see mine was a little bit more raggedy because I was having some dried phyllo dough issues. But
I like the organic look.
It looks organic. It smells pretty good, right? Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh. And then you can just serve this at room temperature. You can serve it warm. Mm-hmm. You can even serve it cold. Good for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Should we take a taste?
Yes.
Okay, let's piece this out. So maybe.
Let's take a corner.
Okay, let's take a corner piece. So now, because it's scored, look how easy it cuts. Nice and fluffy layers.
Perfect.
I'm hungry.
Okay.
Cheers. Thanks, Mom.
Thank you. Glass of white wine?
Did you bring any?
No, you always got a stock.
I have champagne. We can have champagne.
Oh, champagne is good.
The lemon, the dill, the feta. Oh, those are the flavors. This is a really fun dish for when you're hosting like a dinner party and you want to actually bake and make something that's like really easy but fun. People can help you butter, they can help you like layer things, chop stuff, and then you pop it in the oven, and like after a glass of wine or two, it's ready.
It's
delicious.
Quite large, so you can make it smaller.
And I would have this with salad.
Yeah, I always make a Mediterranean salad.
Like
Killer
nice salad.
Mediterranean salad.
Yes. That's the next video.
Some lemon chicken.
Okay. Thanks so much for watching.
Thank you.
If you like our videos, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe.